Hi, so this is a short tutorial explaining you the basic usage of Easy Message. So Easy Message is quite rich in features, although the interface might seem a little bit too simple, and in fact it is. That's the entire point of the application, to simplify messaging. So you will not have many buttons or many wizards to schedule your message, to customize your recipient list. So basically, it's all very straightforward, and you just need to select things and well, define your settings. So this is the main screen, and you can see at the bottom there are several sections. There is the message section, the recipients, the settings of the app, the templates, and the scheduled message part. So let's start by the main screen. So the first time the app will load all your contacts from your address book, from your phone address book. So it will also ask you permission to send you notifications, and these are quite important because, for instance, when you want to schedule messages to use at a later time, so the system relies on the notifications to warn you and then pre-fill all the fields that you set up before. So, but anyway, these are more advanced topics. So let's start by the main screen. So you have a subject and a message field. Well, basically just the message field is mandatory. So, but if you want to reach your recipients by email, you have also the option to write the subject. So, but in any case, it's never mandatory. But for email messages, you might want to use it. So, how does it work? So you write the message on the message field. Let me just something very simple. Then you can also choose to attach images. So when you're attaching images, you can only send the message by email or IMS. For instance, if you want to use plain SMS, remember that multimedia is not allowed on SMS. But anyway, that's for later too. You have the option to save the message as template. So if you save it as template, as soon as you send it successfully, it will be archived in the template section. And next time, if you want to reuse the same test, you just go to the templates and just select the message that you want to use. So, like I did right now, so there are some pre-filled templates. You can create new ones or change the existing ones. There are some there are some testing ones that I added here, so you can delete this. Let's delete this and select this one. So you can also schedule the message for later. Right now it will not allow me because I don't have any recipients, so my message is not fully set up. So let's start with the recipients. So you go to the recipient screen, and you can see here you have the list of all the contacts that you have on your phone address book, and some important from iCloud too. So how do you add recipients to your message? So there is no wizard, there is no complicated buttons. You just select, I just select these two, and if I go back, I see that I have two recipients selected. I can just unselect this one, and it will be automatically updated. There is this small button here that allows you to clear the recipients. So let me do it again. Okay, I have two recipients. So you can also create new groups. So for creating a new group, it's enough to just select the option create new group. I'm going to cancel it, or just, since you have selection already, so you can just pick a few contacts, and if you click now create group, the new group will be automatically pre-filled with the contacts that are selected. So let me call it group 1. Okay, then I save it. The group is created. It might be hard to see it because I have many contacts, but you can just scroll by the letters, or you can go to the settings, filter options. This is only available on the premium version or the upgraded version, and show groups only. And if I go back, here it is, the group 1. I go inside and I see the 5 members. So let me just put the filter options as it was. Going back to my message, I can search. I'm gonna click select my group 1. So there is one recipient selected, which is the group, but this group has, in truth, it has 5 individuals inside. So I can just go here and pick another one. So I have 3 recipients selected. One of them is a group with 5 members, and another one, the other ones are 2 individuals. So before I click this send, so I can just say that I want to save this as template. It doesn't matter now because I already have this template, so it will not make any difference. But let me just put something different. Okay. Now to the settings. So the settings screen is where you define how you want to send your message. So you have 2 options. You can always send both type of message. So it's a email message and a test message. So for instance, you can reach 2 recipients, 2 different recipients, and for one of them you only have the email contact, and for the other you only have his phone number. So you can send the same message to both and write it just once if you select this option. So you probably want to check these options every time that you want to send a separate message, because you might want to do it different. There's also the option to include social networks. So apart from reaching your recipients, you can also post the same message to Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. So let's say I pick these 2. And then you have the preferred server, the email service, or the test service. So in this case, let's suppose that you have one of those recipients that you have selected. Let's suppose that he has an email address and a phone number, and you selected to use both services. But you don't want the same person to receive an SMS and an email, because, well, it's not, you don't need them to reach him twice. So you say, okay, the preferred service in this case will be the email or the test service. So that recipient will only receive one message by the testing service. So it will not get the email. So you have some other options here. Order by last name, first name, some filter options to show the contacts only, groups only, favorites, or show all, which is the default. So what you define here affects what you see on the recipient screen. You have the fact section and the contact us section. So if you have any questions, just feel free to write us an email. So going back to the templates, like I mentioned before, here you can create new messages, and then you can further edit them if you want. And then there is the schedule message. So now that I have everything scheduled, I'm going to say that, okay, I don't want to send this message now. And to send the message, you just need to click the envelope button. But I'm going to schedule it for later. And then you pick some date, I don't know, tomorrow. And you say, okay. So if you go to the schedule section, you'll see the message. And if you click the details, you'll see the test that you are going to send, how many recipients are selected, so you don't have here the information, but it is saved. Also, if this message is going to be saved as template, and when it will be sent. So when the time comes, the app will send you a notification with the information for this message, and once you open the notification, all the fields that you see here will be pre-filled with that data that you configure at the time that you click the switch to schedule for later. So, and when that happens, it's time to send the message, and you have to do it by pressing the send button. So you press the send button. There are some warning here, because when you send the message, what you're using, actually you're using not Easy Message, but you're using the message app on your phone. So the way that the message is sent, and if it's a plain SMS or an MMS, or if it's going to use iMessage, it depends on your phone settings. So this is something that it's impossible to control from inside any app, so Apple does not allow to do that. So basically you just need to make sure that your message settings are correct. So, and suppose that everything is fine. Right now it will send an email, because I said that I wanted to send an email. I'm not going to do it right now. And once that is done, it will open the message app, and it will send the same message using the test service. So I'm not going to do it right now, but just remind you, this is not part of Easy Message. So this screen that you're seeing is actually the message app on your phone. So because that's the only way that the message are sent. So you configure everything on Easy Message, because it allows you to centralize a lot of information and adds extra features, many extra features that are not on the message app. But at the end, the message will go away using the message app on your device. So I'm going to cancel. Now you try to send to Twitter, because I said I wanted to send to social networks, and now it will try to send to Facebook too, or LinkedIn. But anyway, I'm going to cancel that. But then you can see that it opens a series of windows, and we just confirm the sending of the message. So let me just show you something. Sometimes people want to send plain SMS because they want undisclosed recipients, so they don't want to create a chat group, which is the default behavior on the message app. And there is only way to achieve that. There is some information on the FAQ, and well, there's also some other tooltips that you can see sometimes on the app that will warn you about that. But basically, if you want, you always want to check your settings messages. So this is really important, because this is what defines the way that Easy Message or any other app can send the message from your phone. So you go to the message screen, and you can see here that I have iMessage enabled. So if you don't want to use iMessage, you need to disable this, or you need to cut your internet connection, for instance. So that's one way that it will not use iMessage, and it will use for sure the carrier service like SMS or MMS. And then you have all these options here: send SMS and MMS messaging. So if you're not concerned that people can see each other replies, so you can just leave this as it is. Or if you are going to use image attachments, pay attention that when you're using multimedia attachments, you can only use either iMessage or MMS. So, because if you use SMS, images are not supported. So SMS is a service just for tests. So let's say that you want to do the SMS thing with undisclosed recipient. So you need to come here and disable iMessage and also disable MMS messaging. So you need to do that, and now you go back to the app and you do the thing that you send the message the way that you want to send. You define the recipients. I'm gonna clear everything right now. So let's say that I wanted to start a new message. So you define your recipients. Again, you can change or not the settings, not mandatory. Save as template, schedule for later, all that. And always remember, after using Easy Message, you might want to restore. If you change something here, you might want to restore what you did on the messages settings. So I'm going to put it back as it was. So basically that's it. There's no simple way to send bulk message to group on iPhones, because at the end it all depends of your message settings. But anyway, if you have any question, if for some reason you're not able to send the messages or something like that, please feel free to reach us to support. We will promptly answer any of your questions, and you'll see in time that there is a lot to discover with Easy Message. And the interface, although it might look a little bit unfamiliar because most of the apps these days have tons of buttons and wizards, and here you just select stuff and then the options change according to the selection. So it's really it's really easy, but well, you might need some time to get used to it to fully explore all the potentials. So there are some advanced features. You can create new contacts. You can define some contact as being part of your favorite. You can call them directly, or just do a FaceTime. You can edit them. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of options that you can explore. But anyway, like I said, so if you have any question, please email us. And if you like the app, please do us a nice rating or a nice review on iTunes. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.